see the population ecology. So the population distribution, okay, we call it as a dispersal pattern of organism, okay, of the same species within a habitat. So there are three patterns involved, which is uniform, like this. They are scattered uniformly. Clump means that they are like one gang, and randomly. Random means that no pattern or trend can be traced. Now, let's see the factors that affect the distribution of plant. Okay, so for the abiosis factor involved is temperature, light, water, soil pH, soil fertility, and pollution. And then for the biotic factor, there are pollinator. Pollinator are those who will bring the what you call, not really seed, but the gamete from one plant to the next one. Okay, it's like sometimes the bee wasps. Okay, and then we have one more. What is that? Maybe some birds. Okay, all this, and also the method of fruit or seed dispersal. Okay, now let's see the factors that affect that will affect the what you call that, the distribution of animal, which is temperature, food, water, breeding place, and pollution for abiotic factor, while the biotic factor is the predation. Now, let's refer to your textbook for this one. Okay, let's go a bit deep on this. Now, for temperature, the optimum temperature for plant growth normally is around 25 degrees to 30 degrees, where high temperature will cause enzyme to denature. With this, the biochemical process will be disrupted, and this will stunt the growth of plant, increase the rate of water evaporation by transpiration, and also slow the rate of photosynthesis. While low temperature, it will reduce the activity of enzyme, which slow down the biochemical reactions. Okay, now for water is needed. Okay, water is needed for they are needed for enzyme activities, photosynthesis, transport, and support in the herbaceous plant. So some dry region like desert and tundra. Tundra, although many eyes is still dry, it's like your aircon. Your aircon is actually quite dry. Okay, similar, like the poles have low population distribution. Okay, and also low density of plants because it's an extreme environment, not suitable for the living. While for light, it's important for photosynthesis in plant. So the area which has little light will have lower numbers of plants. Now, the pH of soil. So soil pH is important for nutrient absorptions by the root. So when the pH is either too acidic or too alkaline, will cause lower absorptions of nutrients by the plant. And with this, the growth will be disrupted, okay, due to lack of nutrients. And next, the mineral salt content. So the salt content will affect the absorptions of water through the osmosis by the roots. So high salt content will cause the plant to lose water through osmosis. But at the same time, the minerals are needed for the productions of protein, enzyme, nucleotide, vitamin, and other compound. For example, phosphorus, we use it to form phospholipid for the cell membrane. Okay, these are the one for plants. Now, let's see the one with towards the effect towards the what you call animal. Now, in terms of temperature, okay, high temperature area are less inhabited by certain animal like worms and snail, because worms and snail, they need the hydrostatic pressure to maintain their shape, so they need water. Dry area lose water fast. Okay, now for water factor, animals are concentrated in the area that is have enough water. Why? They need for drink and cool the body. The breeding site, safe and suitable breeding site is needed so that they can raise their offspring. Like salmon, they need to jump to the freshwater site to lay their eggs before they die. Okay, and for food supply, it's important for survival because animals are heterotroph, which depends on plants and other animals for food. Okay. Now, so let's go back to the module. So now let's see population size. So what's called population size? Population size is the total number of individuals within a habitat of a species. We're talking about one species only. So while the population density are the numbers of individuals of a species per unit area. So both can be estimated by using sampling technique. So we have the easiest way is the quadrant sampling technique. Okay, we can use to determine the population size, density, and distribution for the plant and some inactive small animal like snail, which move slow. Okay, now what's quadrant? Quadrant is actually a square frame made up of wood or metal with a measurement normally is 1 meter times 1 meter or smaller. Okay, and each quadrant can be subdivided into 1/10 small square. It means that each side I can divide for 1 meter. I divide into 10 more subgroup. Okay, and the quadrant can be placed randomly or systematically in the field to be studied. So the more the sampling to be done, the more accurate the result will be obtained. So population size can be determined by calculating the frequency of a species, species density, and species coverage in a study field. So these are the formula involved. For species density, is the numbers of quadrant contained in the study species divided by the numbers of quadrant. Because the quadrant is like this. So there are 9 of them, correct? 9 quadrant involved. Let's say here God. So how many quadrant has been got the plant? 5. So 5/9 times 100%. Okay, understand? Understand? All right. Now for species density, so we say the total number of individuals for the study species divided by the total number of quadrant times the area of each quadrant. So this one is, okay, let's say inside the quadrant, we have only like, this one we have 2, 3, 1, 1, 6. So what we do is 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 1 divided by the number of quadrant 9 times area of each is 1 meter times 1 meter. This is how. Okay, now for the species coverage, we are talking about the total area of individual for the study species divided by the total area, total number of quadrant times the area of each quadrant. This one is the same, but the top one is now. Again, this is the one. Let's say this one cover then this one this one only cover half, another half, here another half. So this one is 1 meter per 1 meter square, correct? So 1 this one only 0.5, half half. So it becomes 1 2 3 3.5. So it's 3.5 meters square divided by 9 times 1 meter square. So this one will be the species coverage. Boleh faham? Can understand? Yes. Yeah, 你还要乘100%. You need to multiply by 100%. This one I didn't do it. I just show you how this looks like. Okay. It's the area. Sorry, I have to, how to say, I have to read because it's wrong. It's area, can see. Okay. Now, so we try this. So a group of students carry out an investigation. Wait, I should let you try. Wait, yeah, this one should let you try. Almost forget. Wait. So group of And this, see this clip? 看得到啊? Okay, so now try to do this. Okay, I make this your exercise. OK，试看一下做这一个哦。 Done, please raise hand。一样啊 ，Dimitri 我现在做那个 host，因为我可能要去我妈咪那边一下。OK。OK。 Done. OK，點知行咗？ 哎，我手机还forget my handphone。OK，你去单了，then 文红好了吗？文红好了吗？嗯，文红好了吗？嗯，文红。OK， so let's see the answer. So now first let's see the first one. Wait, Now, first we try to get the what I call the species frequency. You see here, this one have for both have. So quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4 both has water. All of them have the both. All of them have both water hyacinth and lemna. So the total number is 4, 4. So by using the formula, you should get 4 over 4, which is 100%. Okay, correct? Huh? Then for this one, first we try to get how many of them. So we need to calculate. So for the first quadrant, water hyacinth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then lemna got 3. Second quadrant, 3, 5. Then 4, 5, 6. 1, 5. So like that. So the total number is 14. So we using the formula just now. FYI, you're using the formula just now, you should get the density is around 3.5 per meter cube, per meter square for the water hyacinth. Lemna is around 19. Okay, 19 total number. So it's around 4.75 per meter square. All right? All right. Formula 做对啊。嗯，它就是对啊，它就4个格子画吗？4个格子画吗？因为你要算多少个嘛，一个格子，然后一个格子是1乘1嘛，对不对？所以你就拿14除以4哦，所以你应该是拿3.5，应该是对啊。 Okay, here. Okay, now for this one, okay, now sorry, I forget. So now for this one, we need to calculate. So how we calculate this one? Easy. Now let's you see, for water hyacinth. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10, correct? So you just, this one is 0 0.1 times 0 0.1, correct? So you see here we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12.0.01, so it's 0.12. Like this. Okay. So, and you see, for those, this one, those who have lived outside the quadrant, we only take the one inside. Do not make it both. Okay, like this one, we only take half. Don't take one. This one, we take only one. Don't take two. You understand? So you should around get something like this, and then you should get 6.75% and 4.63%. Okay? So they are correct? 哪一个？这个啊，这个是算多少个？ This one is calculate how the quantity of the plant. So even it's outside the quadrant, we are considered inside as well. We are considered one because we say how many of plant. This one is the space that covered by the area that covered by the plant. So outside of quadrant, we cannot calculate inside. Okay, Dimitri, vẫn okay? Okay. Okay, now let's see. Now with this, let's see the mark capture, mark release, recapture technique. We normally use to determine the population size for free movable animal in the field to be studied. Normally we make it like, okay, at the field, like for example, the forest, we will catch, marking it, release it, and then recapture after some time. So these are the steps involved. So first, the study animal are caught randomly in the study field. Then the animal caught are marked with nail polish, paint, or India ink. This is to avoid decolorize due to environment. We need to use those which is not easy to hilang. Okay, and the number of animal will be recorded. Then the marked animal are released into the study field. Then the second cut is done randomly in the same study field after a period of time. Normally it's around 1 week. Cannot be too long because too long, some of the animal might run out of they might migrate out of the study field. So that's why this method are not suitable for migrated animal. Okay, so then the number of marked animal will be recorded. Then we calculate the what you call that, the population size. So with this, we will have the formula where the numbers of individual in the first cohort multiply with the numbers of individual in the second cohort, divide by how many of the marked individual in the second cohort. Okay, total I catch times the second time total I catch, no matter ink or no ink. Okay, then I divide by second catch the numbers of marked one. Okay. Okay. All right, then let's see the way up. So this is the first cohort. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total, I catch 8 beetles. Stack beetle, this one is actually stack beetle. Normal beetle is the horn is only one. If side to side horn is stacked. Then second cohort, we caught around 14, but 6 of them are ink. So by using the formula, 8 times 14 divided by 6. So you get the 18.67, but you can say we have 18.67 animal, so you need to round up into 19. Normally for animal, if 16.4, we will 16.1 as well, all round up to the next number. Okay, so however, this one, like I said, there are some problem actually because the accuracy is very low. But so in order to justify so that the accuracy considered correct, there are some assumptions that we do. First, the movement of animal is limited by geographical barrier, means that we does not consider those run out. Means that no animal run out from that area. Second, the animals are caught randomly. Okay, we assume, okay, but normally, does we caught randomly? No, there are several stations normally. So this is not random. If random means that it's like the what you call the drone comes in, catch one place, second place, like that. And then the material used to mark does not hinder their movement and activity. So do not use the shining one. Later on, the predator will come and eat it. So don't use the shining one. You don't try to cause them die. OK， 因为你放映一定要放那种不容易看到的。OK， we should put those like the dark color one. OK， like I said, do not use the very shiny one. They will die easily. And then the marked animal are mixed randomly in the population. But if the area is too big, somehow they are not mixed randomly. Because one place to another might be too far away. Let's say like around 1 kilometer. So it might not mix uniformly. And then the mark does not disappear within the research period. Maybe due to some circumstances, some ink might gone, but we consider no ink gone. And no natality and mortality occur during the research period. Means that no newborn animal, no dead animal. Okay, so means that the total number are still constant. No immigration and emigration occur during the research period, and no predation occur, which is definitely impossible. As long as it's a natural habitat, for sure there's immigration or emigration and predation. Okay, but we say no in this case. Okay. Okay, now. So any question? You understand? This topic should be pretty easy somehow. For my guess, I think it's pretty easy. Okay, so let us continue with this one. Try to do these two questions. Done, let me know. Huh? Done. 好了 ，Dimitri 跟文宏好了吗？ Okay, now let's see the answer. So, an ecosystem has a population size, population density, and population distribution. So, what is the difference between the population size and population distribution? So, population size is about the numbers of organisms present in a population, while population distribution is the numbers of individuals of a species per unit area of habitat. Next, state the factors that can affect population distribution. We have temperature, water, pH of soil, salt content, mineral content, reproduction place, or we call the breeding site. Okay, and also the food supply. So state the patterns of population distribution and explain it. So first, clumped. So clumped organism forming separated groups because of uneven distribution of resources. Okay. Random. Organisms are in free pattern due to lack of interaction with each other. Normally, random one is like the area have lack of organism. Okay. Uniform. The organism scattered all over the place because every individual compete for limited resources in an area. Okay. Okay. All right. Next. Quadrant sampling can be used to find the coverage percentage of plants in the school field. You are supplied with a quadrant which consists of a square-shaped wood frame. So according to your biology teacher, the quadrant needs to be modified to obtain a more accurate estimation. So what should we do? First, we can divide the quadrant into a smaller square part of the same size by using a wire or strings. And this small square, which are covered by species either half or more, are counted as having coverage, whereas lesser than half are ignored. So it means that more than half we calculate as whole. Less than half, we not calculate it. Okay? Yeah, your school now idea done already. They already in inheritance. Huh? Inheritance. 哎呀，你们家的呢？11啦。我还没有交啊。这么低神奇。So in your middle one, you're all already covered, right? So it's okay. All right. So now let's go to chapter 10. Environmental sustainability. Now, wait. Okay, now let's see this one. So environmental sustainability is a condition where the condition of environment maintain the same without undergo deficiency or decline of natural resources and guaranteed quality of environment for a long period of time. So there are two main idea here. First, if the resources does not depleted or decline. The other one is the quality of environment sustained, or shall we say continue for a long time. So the main threat in the ecosystem will be the unplanned or uncontrolled human activity ever since the Industrial Revolution. Okay, the population size of human increase as due to the advanced science and technology in medicine. And with this, you see, when human population size increase, we will need more resources per head, right? Because the resources needed per head is fixed. When your population increase, so the total resources needed will be increased as well. Okay, so the main threat is due to the human population growth explosion. Okay, which caused through the human activity like uncontrolled deforestation and pollution. And these two will give the threat to environment like loss of biodiversity, global warming, climate change, and also eutrophication. Eutrophication is the overgrowth of algae. Okay. Now, due to the explosion of human population and unplanned and uncontrolled human activities, so excessive deforestation is carried out. Why? Because of for the purpose of why we do the excessive deforestation, because we need the land. Okay, we need the land for housing, agriculture, industrial, and construction of infrastructure facilities. Okay. Now, these are the table shows. So for uncontrolled deforestation, they will destroy the habitats for flora and fauna and cause the loss of biodiversity, because more flora and fauna will bye-bye. And they will cause natural disaster as well, like soil erosion, flash floods, and landslides. Okay. And it will also cause a loss of life and property due to these disasters. Okay, and it increases the greenhouse effect and causes global warming and also the climate change. Normally, greenhouse effect first. Greenhouse effect will cause one by one free one package. Global warming, climate change. These two are abang and adik. They comes in the package. Okay, now next for pollution. Pollution, we start with the air first. Air pollution, we can be due to the open burning, industrializations, and motor vehicles. Okay, this is why nowadays the what I call EV is very nowadays are very what I call are very welcome by many countries, especially those who are in the what I call they are in the we call the hard work to reduce the carbon footprint. Okay, and this will cause global warming and climate change, and then haze as well. And also acid rain. So these will harm the human health. And because haze, it will power up your air. So the sunlight cannot totally penetrate to the surface of the earth. So this will reduce the rate of photosynthesis and reduce the population of phytoplankton because they are dying. Okay, and it inhibits the growth of plant. These two are mainly come from due to the photosynthesis rate reduces. Okay, then for thermal pollution are like the heat change, sudden high heat. I mean high temperature in that particular area. So thermal pollution normally caused by hot water discharge from factories. Okay, factories, your electric power station, nuclear reactor. You see the nuclear reactor with lots of steam comes out, right? That steam are actually the thermal pollution. And also the heat deflection from the mirrored building, especially in KL. You see nowadays, they are like all the houses, all the apartments, condominium must have full full-fledged from top to bottom mirror. So-called, you can see the what you call, you can see the aesthetic scene of the what you call, of the city. So-called, Mona, all haze where got any aesthetic scene. Okay, something like that. So it will also destroy the aquatic habitat. For example, when we release the hot water into the river, for example, the river temperature will increase. So when it increase, might cause the enzyme of certain aquatic organism denature. Okay, and you will have loss of the aquatic biodiversity because many of them will die, and cause the death of the aquatic organism, and increase the greenhouse effect. So when greenhouse effect comes in, global warming and climate change. Like I said, buy one free one package. Okay, so next, for sound pollution. This one I mostly use the module one because although it's already simplified, you see the question, actually your textbook is very, how to say, very blah 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 thing inside, and we don't need that much actually. So for the sound pollution, like the loud noises from vehicle, machine, and construction sites, sometimes also those boy with the very strong hi-fi sound, something like that, boom, boom, like that. Okay, passing over. So this will cause emotion and mental disorder because you will get very frustrated. Okay, especially when you are ready for your trial, for example, and then someone be keep like like that. Okay, so you're gonna have high blood pressure as well because you get too angry. Of course, no lah, because it's like that. When your emotion and mental disorder, it will actually affect your what you call that, your heartbeat rate. Your heartbeat rate will go faster. When your heartbeat rate go faster, of course, hypertension comes in. Hypertension is a high blood pressure and mental illness. Okay, you will get angry easily. So after some time, Rima lesson cannot stand it, go out and slap that guy like that. Okay, like you see the car one when they try, when that guy they are driving like hell, then suddenly that guy don't want to, cannot stand it, just langa like that. Okay, so and also it will cause hearing problem and headache, especially when you are working in the, how to say, the metalworks factory. You see, when you cut the metal like that, so it will actually damage your eardrum. Now, okay. Now let's see the eutrophication. So let's see what happened. So eutrophication, when we use fertilizer, so the fertilizer which is rich in nitrate and phosphate will be, how to say, will be mixed with the water in the river or pond. So it will cause the algae bloom, which cover the lake surface due to the increase of nitrate and phosphate. Okay, and also the agriculture sewage comes in as well. All are minerals and we call the fertilizer. So it will cause the rapid growth of aquatic plant. And due to the algae bloom and aquatic plant rapid growth, the oxygen are not enough, so they will die. So the dead aquatic plant and algae will stimulate the growth of aerobic bacteria for decaying the organic substances. And during the decay process, they use up oxygen as well. So the aquatic animal will die due to the deficiency of dissolved oxygen. And this algae bloom will also cause the death of aquatic plant because it covers the surface of the lake. So no sunlight penetrate through it. So no what process? Photosynthesis. No photosynthesis, bye-bye. Okay? See you again. Okay, like that. Okay? You understand? Okay, should be pretty easy lah, this one. Okay? So now let's see the greenhouse effect. Okay. In short, Okay, I have to make this smaller so that I can cover all. First, the radiation from sun, which is the infrared. Okay, the heat energy from the sun will reach the earth via the radiation. Sorry. Then your greenhouse gases will trap the heat. At the same time, when they penetrate to the earth, the heat will be absorbed by the earth. And however, and some of it will hit the building. Okay, so when the radiation from sun hit the building, so the mirror building will absorb and reflect the heat to the earth. So now the earth absorb more. Okay, so some heat will be trapped to maintain the earth temperature, but some of it will radiated out and trapped by the greenhouse gases. And the infrared radiation also, some of it after heat, it will be reflected back to the space, but very small amount only. Why? Because we have a what you call? We have too much greenhouse gases, so they will trap the heat. So with this, your temperature, too many heat trapped and on the surface of the earth, so the temperature will, what happened to temperature? Increase, yes. When temperature increase, and this happened globally, so it will cause global warming. And when global warming happen, okay, climate change happen. So this is how. Okay, I'm not trying to like talking to myself. I'm trying to let you know the sequence how we should write the essay. Okay, something like that. All right. Now, I think we can at least finish here. So the climate change, for climate change, is a global or regional phenomena which has a drastic change of Earth temperature, rainfall distribution, and also the wind blow. Okay, so the climate change normally is caused by the global warming or naturally. They are sometimes naturally, like your monsoon. Okay, El Nino, El Nina. Okay, and the extreme weather and the change of seasonal period are also the example of climate change due to the human activities. Where for now, we should have musim kemarau, hot season, but we are actually raining these few days. See, so these are the climate change when, to be frank, it's called the weather go crazy. This is how. Okay, now, okay, this is the climate change. Now we're going to talk about the cleanliness of water, where the unit that we use or the unit of measurement we use is BOD, biochemical oxygen demand. Is it? Yeah, biochemical oxygen demand. Okay, so what they are measuring? They are measuring the amount of dissolved oxygen required by the microorganism to decompose the organic waste in water. So the higher the BOD level, the dirtier the water is. Okay, so that's why, this is why we use the BOD level to measure the level of water pollution. And in order to test that, we use methylene blue solution. Okay, this is to test the presence of dissolved oxygen in water sample, where the deficiency, when lack of dissolved oxygen, will decolorize the methylene blue color rapidly. Because lack of oxygen means that many microorganisms means many things to be decayed. So the water is considered polluted. Okay, you understand? Can I? All right, now let us see the, wait, let me check first. Okay, I think we can at least finish this one as well. Okay, very easy one, this one actually. So this is, we try to investigate the level of water pollution, okay, from several sources. So like the hypothesis, rainwater has the highest level of water pollution. So we use the manipulated variable is the water sample, maybe the lake water. Normally we use the, what you call, we use the piping water as the control subject. Okay, The responding variable will be time taken for the methylene blue solution turn colorless, sorry, or we call decolorless. For the constant variable, we have volume of methylene blue solution should be fixed, and the volume of water sample should be fixed as well. So the material involved is river water, drain water, pond water, rainwater, tap water. And also, do not forget 0.1% methylene blue solution. So now, we put all these 5 types into the 5 reagent bottle together with the stopper. Some beaker and syringe with needle to take the take the water and put inside to test for the methylene blue one. Now let's see what happened. So 5 water sample which will drain water blah 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 are collected. Each reagent water will fill with 200 ml of collected water sample as follow. So 1 ml of 0.1 methylene blue solution was added slowly by using a syringe. And then we close the reagent bottle without being shaken. Why? Why after we pump in, we need to close it? To ensure no outside oxygen was dissolved into the water. Okay? If you keep open, the outside oxygen will go in and resolve in the water. So the BOD level will be keep on updated. Correct? So we cannot shake it, because when we shake it, more oxygen in that trap inside the air will go in. So that's why cannot shake. Okay? And all the bottle will kept in the dark cupboard. Why? To prevent light for the photosynthesis of algae. Because after photosynthesis, they will generate oxygen. So we try to prevent that. And the change in the color of solution in each bottle was observed every 1 hour. Then the time taken, okay, to turn colorless were recorded. Blah blah blah. Okay, this one we don't have that. So from here, the mixture of water sample and methylene blue solution should be tightly closed. Why? No, because oxygen, so that to ensure oxygen from the atmosphere does not dissolve in the mixture. I say the only precaution is this one. Don't shake and close it. And the rapid breaching of methylene blue solution means that the water sample has less oxygen. When less oxygen means that the BOD value is very high. When BOD value very high means that it's highly polluted. Okay? Okay, so that's it. Any questions? No? 没有东西要问的? Nothing to ask?
Rainwater is tap water.
No, tap water is tap water, rainwater is rainwater. Rainwater, drain water. What?
What is drain?
Longkang, air longkang. Okay. Nothing. Okay. So with this, I think we will stop here for today. So this Saturday, I think we should meet each other again. Okay. Hopefully, I can finish this one before October. Hopefully. If you say you want to catch up for your trial, I think we might be a bit slower, because we still have several subjects and I cannot do what your teacher do. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So with this, you are allowed to dismiss. Bye bye.
拜拜，老师。
Bye bye. Bye bye. Your car is here? Okay.